Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome back, or welcome if you're a first time viewer, to What I Actually Do, a chat show on careers based purely off a meme. Once again, I'm your host, Fatiha. And in case you're joining us for the first time, this is basically a little online live chat show for that I kind of came up with because I wanted to get a closer look at what my friends do for a living. And this is,
Hello.
of course, in case, yeah, anyone else considering it too or wants to know a little bit more about these jobs. Today, our guest is Adam Hamzah. Since it's still quite early into it, let's wait for more people to come in and join us. Adam, I can see
Eldrick
we,
is the first man.
yes,
So
we've got Aldrich
fast.
and Mum in. I'm gonna give a little bit more time for more people to come in and join us. If you guys want, you can make yourself a cup of coffee. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Let's see if we have anybody who's new who's joining us. Of course, I should also credit my off-camera technician and husband Faiz. You'll see him in the comment box, so he'll be the one who'll basically be posting on behalf of What I Actually Do's account. Yeah. So, Adam, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. So you know what? The funny thing is,
Yep.
I'm I'm very used to do live with your husband, but when I do live with you, I feel very nervous. I have no idea why. I'm so used to do with him, but I don't know why for this night I feel so nervous. It's actually the same thing, but it's just that I don't know, different for me.
It's different
Maybe
people.
probably because you're the speaker and I'm the guest this time, so it's totally different.
For everybody else's knowledge, actually, Adam does have another live show that he does with Faiz. Like two live shows, I think, where they do about Beyblade. So that's actually how I came to know Adam.
Terima segalanya.
Ah, somebody's
Wow,
revealing my
you read
readings
her parts
already.
chart so fast, man. Expert by now, Aldrich.
Yeah, we'll give it a few more minutes. I think we'll give it a bit more. For those of you who are already in here, please do call on your friends, join in tonight's episode. Maybe if they felt metaphysics coach sounded a bit scary, so this would be in or they're really confused. Apa to metaphysics coach? So that
Mm.
would be perfect to go and get people to come online, come and join us, and find out. Drop in the questions and really find out tonight what Adam does. I'm hoping to also see some of the members from the Beyblade community. If there's anybody joining us tonight from the Beyblade crew, drop us a hello as well. Hello, Hannah. I see Hannah. So it looks like so far we've got some people. Oh, okay.
My
Hello. Hi,
wife.
Bunda and Adam. Ah, okay. Is this your wife, Adni?
Yeah, that's my wife.
Oh, hello.
Not
um,
as scary as the eBay coming at 3 a.m.
that's true. Sorry. So yeah, there we go. You've got metaphysics coach. Sounds kind of scary. Actually, even for me, metaphysics coach was a very foreign term. So even I was like, "What is that?" So which is awesome, and why I also wanted to have this chat with you. So I think we'll
Yeah, that's true.
just it's almost 5 minutes in,
Hmm.
so we'll get the show going. Okay, first and foremost, once again, to those of you who are just joining us for the first time, I'm Fatiha, and we've got my guest today, Adam.
Hi.
Adam, why don't you just start us off and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, sure, great. First and foremost, if you guys can actually see my name. My name is Adam Hamzah. I'm a Muslim convert. Okay, and what I do actually is that I'm a Chinese metaphysics coach. So if you have no idea what it means by Chinese metaphysics, is that we basically relate to Feng Shui, 八字, qi as well as face reading. Okay, but to go into details, it will be slightly confusing. But I think you guys surely definitely know how does a Feng Shui consultant is. So I'm the person who teaches students in order to find dates and how to do certain types of Feng Shui.
Okay, so
Yeah.
um, you said Chinese metaphysics coach. Could you be
Yeah.
Indian metaphysics coach, Malay metaphysics coach, Mat Saleh metaphysics coach?
Can lah, that will be different type of subject. It's not based on the race lah, of course. It's not based
Right.
on the race. It's just that the subject of study is based on Chinese. So which is very ironic because I don't
Mm-hmm.
read Chinese. I can't understand Chinese, but I'm working in a
Okay.
Chinese metaphysics company.
Okay. So, can you tell us what your official job title actually is? Is it officially metaphysics coach? Is that the official
Uh,
title for somebody like you?
no, actually my official title is that I'm internal consulting operation. So whereby we are it's just me and my manager. We somehow
Okay.
oversees the operation in terms of consultation. So, for example, if there is a consultation took place outside externally, and when they come back with
Okay.
their own notes and whatever documentations, we are supposed to run through those notes and see whether everything is accurate according to Feng Shui's knowledge, basic knowledge, and we will need to come up with a report, pass it back to them to give to the clients. That's what we do.
So you're kind of like Feng Shui
QC.
SOP compliance officer. You're like
Yeah, something.
QC lah.
Yeah,
Feng
QC.
Shui QC.
But yeah, exactly. But what I'm expert is that I'm expert in date selection, whereby I select date for different type of purposes. So that means, like for example, if you need to do uh groundbreaking, or maybe you need to renovate a house, or maybe you need something a date to move in into a new house, or probably start a business. So yeah, that's where I come into place, whereby to find those dates for you guys.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Eldrick knows lah. He,
Wow.
he
Okay. So like if so we want to have like, okay, I want to have my office opening ceremony. So you the person that will be good for that.
yeah, most likely. Otherwise, what
Okay.
you can do is you can get the
Wow.
consultants
All
to do it
right.
for you lah.
And then you will QC it anyway.
Yeah, I still need to look through it.
Okay. So how did you eventually end up doing this? How did you end up in
Ooh,
this field?
wait, hang on. Before that, hi, Captain. Captain is here, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, so
So that's Kerosa.
yeah. So how I got into this actually, it's a funny story. Is that when I before prior working for Joey Up, because that's the company that I'm working for. It's Joey Up. Okay, so if you guys actually know
Represent.
him, yeah. So usually he comes in for those Chinese New Year horoscope in Wala Toy. If you watch Astro, he usually comes up from there during Chinese New Year time. Okay.
Okay.
So we are actually one of the biggest Chinese metaphysics company, and we dealt with numerous students and clients from different type of background. Okay. And how I got
Mm-hmm.
into this is that when I lost my job, I quit Starbucks early 2016. Sorry, 17. Early
Okay.
2017. Okay. So I quit Starbucks because I was working in the finance department and I was jobless for two
Okay.
months. So I started applying
Wow.
for I started applying for jobs anywhere in Job Street. So I just keep
Right.
sending
Right.
resumes and
You just like
resumes and resumes.
wherever it
Yeah,
is
like how
hot, right?
everybody is doing
Okay.
right now, right? So happened
Uh,
I saw this company, okay, which is the Joey Up company, and they had a logo of a shield. So I thought, security company namai lah, jalan lah. just go for it lah. Because accounts, they just need an accounts department. So I say, okay lah, just go for it. Accounts executive. So I went lah. I applied for it, and thankfully I got a job. So they say, okay, come for interview as an accounts exec. Then I started working as the account exec for almost a year or so. Okay. Then once the 1 year has passed, I started feeling like this is my life. Want to work 9 to 5, 9 to 5 every single day, and it gets very mundane and it's boring lah, I would say. Okay, it's very boring
okay.
one. Can you imagine every day just typing the same thing over and over again? And I think I don't have the necessary skills for accountancy, even though I studied CAT as well as ACCA, but I didn't really like the subject itself. So
You
um
have ACA and all that, but
yeah,
it
I
wasn't for
didn't.
you.
No, I only have CAT, ACCA partially lah. But it's just that
Okay.
I didn't feel that I'm connected to this particular industry. So what happened was the
Okay.
manager suddenly said, "Hey, there's an opening for marketing, sales and marketing." So I was like, "Sure lah, why not try?" Right? She thought I was kidding.
Right.
I said, "Yeah, I want to try." Then she said, "Okay, fine, I'll send you to another department." And the funny thing is, this department is a singing department.
Huh? Like
Okay,
nyanyi?
it was singing and public speaking.
Okay.
Okay, so what happened was, when I was there, I learned how to do marketing, I learned to do sales, I learned to do how customer handling, and eventually, my
Okay.
boss at that time, she had to go for maternity leave. Okay, so when she go for maternity leave, now that's where things started to get interesting because my business director started asking me, "Is that what on earth are you doing here?" I said, I have no idea.
What on earth are
I
you doing here?
literally have no idea. And mind my language lah. He was like, "What the f are you doing here then? You're not contributing. What are you doing?" So I like, "Oh man, crap! I'm gonna die lah. Surely get fired lah." So
Oh no. Okay.
I started picking up books and I started reading one by one, one by one. Then after that, so happened this business director, he told me, "Okay, I'm gonna put you under this guy named Dawson." I said, "Huh, Dawson?" Ah?" And that time Dawson was known to be very fearsome in the company because he's the second hand, he's the right hand man of Datuk Joy Yap. So
Okay.
I feel the pressure is there lah because like serious, I want me to put him as an assistant. Okay, so he my job was assigned to only schedule him. That means when there's a
Okay.
class, I schedule for him. When there's travel, I will settle his travel. So it's supposed to be only administration work. But one day he asked me, "How good is your Feng Shui knowledge?" I like, "A bit lah. I know the basic." I say, "Okay, fine. I'll teach you date selection." That's the first subject that I learned. Then
Right. That's what you specialize in now, lah.
yeah, so one by one, after that, he started giving me books, he started giving me assignment, he started giving all a lot of information one by one, and that's where I am right now. But of course, this
Wow.
year, yeah, this year is much more interesting because I was assigned as a coach, so that means three of us, me myself, Dawson, and another colleague, which his name is Benz.
Right.
We three are considered as a coach to teach the people in terms of date selection purposes.
Ah, okay, okay, okay. And this
You
is my
see,
favorite
my
singer
wife,
and
my wife
DJ.
love.
Aww.
Yeah, she's a
So
good singer
hello,
actually.
Pete and Adam. So Maria is joining us from Brunei. So you've got a listener or a
Hi,
viewer from
Maria.
Brunei. Hello.
Hello.
Okay. So now we're gonna move into our first segment. I think those of you who joined us for the last episode, I've actually decided to join in or combine the friend family segment into one. So we'll move into our now technically new segment, what my friends and family think I do.
Awesome.
I'm actually feeling very unwell today. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's
Yeah, okay.
okay.
So let's see. Okay, so first up, the basic question: what do your family and friends think you do?
Um, Good question. Very very good question.
Yeah.
I kept it hidden for almost 3 years from my parents. I didn't tell them
Oh my
that
god.
I didn't tell them that I transferred to another department from finance. So they were assuming I was doing finance and accounts for the past 5 years. Yeah. So I just told
As
them
far as
like,
your parents knew, it's like I'm in the cow for 3 years.
yeah, I didn't tell them. I really didn't tell them. I didn't feel comfortable because I was afraid of what their response is gonna be. Like, because are you
Okay.
crazy? We send you to accounts to learn so much, and suddenly now you decided to move into something else which is out of your expertise. So then my mom's concern is that, are you sure you can't read Chinese? How are you gonna learn? I say, but every book is in English. Everything is in English. So
Okay.
thankfully, the person that I'm working with, which is Dato himself, everything is in English form. So if you guys actually want to get the books, it's super
Okay.
easy to learn. It's easier to learn actually.
Because it's in English.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. 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 And what about your friends? Like, do they also know that you're a you do what you do. You're a metaphysics coach.
Not everybody. Reason being
Mm-hmm.
is because if I were to tell them, okay, I'm working in a company that handles Chinese metaphysics as well as Feng Shui, not
Mm-hmm.
many, not many people actually knows it, unless they are
Right.
typical. Of course, typical. If it's Chinese people, of course they will know what Feng Shui is. But if you were to speak to another
Right.
friend, which is Malay, Chinese, Malay or India or other races, um, they may not
Mm-hmm.
know it. So it's a bit hard for me to explain. It's like, what's Feng
Right.
Shui? Then they're like, I'm sitting down there like, oh God, they have to explain one by one. It's as good as you're telling
Okay.
people, oh, I'm a cat lover, but you're trying to explain what it means by cat. So yeah,
What is cat? Okay, cat is
yeah,
fluffy
exactly.
creature. So for you, it's really the explaining that gets quite exhausting of explaining what you actually do.
It's fine lah. It's normal for now. Last time, yes, it was like exhausting lah, but now I think it's common because everybody started asking like, what do you do? I say, oh, I'm a Chinese metaphysics coach. Then they say, okay, what does that mean? I coach people in Chinese metaphysics. Then they will start asking me like, okay, what it means by Chinese metaphysics? Then I was like, okay, do you know feng shui? Aya, say lah, feng shui.
I mean, I would have to agree with you that even for me, when I was about to have you on this, even when I was about to have you on this show, even for me, it
Mhm.
was very much like, oh, actually, kan, what is a metaphysics code? So my only understanding of it was that it is feng shui,
Yeah.
and hence why it was like, okay, you know what? I think let's find out a little bit more about that and how best to kind of describe someone like yourself. So
Mhm.
also, like, if I was to meet someone else who's like, oh, what do you do? I'm a Chinese metaphysics coach, and I get, instead of just going, ah, at least I have like a bit more knowledge on that.
Yeah, at least now you have some background lah, rather than just going bluntly telling people, yeah, I understand, but after I go back home, what does it mean?
Exactly. So, for friends of yours or friends of family who do know what you do, how do they normally describe, like, if it's like your parents, right, balik kampung, whatever, how do they tell people, okay, this is what my son does?
Uh, that's the thing. They just say straight away feng shui expert. They didn't even bother to filter
So
it. They
they
just say feng
go,
shui expert.
so they usually just use feng shui, but what you do is so much more than just feng shui. Am I correct?
Yeah, correct. Okay. It's like this. Feng shui. It's basically one of the subject in Chinese metaphysics. There are numerous types
Okay.
of subjects. So, like for example, if you were to learn scholar, okay. So Chinese metaphysics is scholar. But inside the scholar, there's a lot of subjects which you got bahasa English, you got bahasa Melayu, you got mathematics, you got stuff like that, correct? Same goes for Chinese
Right.
metaphysics. Metaphysics is just the general term of it, but we have feng shui,
Mm-hmm.
we have bazi. Bazi basically is your destiny chart, whereby we actually need to plot a chart and read how your life journey is and what type of steps that you can take to change your destiny. Okay, and we have date selection, which I'm doing right now to find the dates. Then we have Chimen. Chimen is a little bit
Right.
more of a tactical kind of knowledge. It's based on the Sun Tzu Warcraft. So based on the chart, they are able to determine what type of action that you need to take or what are the possible
Mm-hmm.
forecasts in the future. Okay, not prediction, forecast. Prediction is totally different than forecasting. Prediction means it's certain in the future, and this is what is going to happen. Forecasting means you basically extrapolate the possible futures, and these are the types of action that you should take to avoid such situation.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and last but not
Interesting.
least, we have face reading, which is to read a person's face. Sorry, that one I didn't really got into it. I didn't really study it.
Okay, so I'm quite safe lah.
Yeah, for now. For now, I need to learn after this. But I think Eldrick knows about it.
Oh, so
Yeah,
Aldrich
I think,
is a former colleague of mine. He's also viewing us tonight, and I guess a former colleague in the sense of yours.
yeah.
So mutual friend there. Okay, so what is the craziest misconception you heard from a friend or family about your job?
Oh, that one. I think first
Mm.
thing first, Syirik. Because I'm from a
I would
Muslim background. So,
imagine. Yes, that's right.
so
That's right.
confirm they will surely ask. Confirm they will surely ask. Is it Syirik? is it haram? Because it's they surely will surely ask whether is it going against my religion in terms of your keimanan.
Right, right,
Okay,
right.
so as a Muslim, of course, you're not allowed to practice something that is beyond that. So what I do is I do not put any trinkets. I do not put any sembah-sembah thing whereby you have to take out the jolok or something like that. I still believe in Allah, of course, and I still stay true to what I am right now, lah. But of course, based on what I'm learning is basically how the energy movement around us.
Right.
Yeah, so we
Uh,
need
uh,
to.
uh,
So okay, I'm just going to give a little bit brief or explanation of how the feng shui works. In in our surroundings, you have to admit there are energies. Correct? There are wave, there are energies, there's electricity, there's also even certain type of current that is happening around us. Correct? Based on the alignment of the planet, the earth energy changes. Based on the alignment of the stars, the earth energy also changes. Best example that I can give you is when the moon is aligned, when it's a full moon, the water rises. Correct? Okay. So every each person, whenever they are born at that time, the star alignment and the planet alignment determines your energy at a particular time. So as and when the years pass by, it will affect you differently.
right.
Okay. Now that is based on human. Based on external, wherever you go, the water flows from the top of the mountain and it goes down towards the sea.
That's
So that's where
gravity,
the
and that's the
yeah,
way it
that's where
works, lah.
the
Yeah.
energy flows from the highest peak point of the earth and it flows down towards the river. So our duty is to align you and the energy that's surrounding you to make it much more positive vibe towards you so that you feel much more vibrant to do certain activity because there are point of time whereby you feel very down. We call it the downward
Mm-hmm.
spiral. You feel
Mm-hmm.
like nothing is working out, nothing I cannot do anything, I'm lost, I don't know what else to think. So our duty is that to actually align you towards the positive energy that makes you feel like I can do it, I can do this, I should go for it, I should pursue it. Then this is what we meant by life transformation. That's what we do actually. Like
So do I sit
what my
over a river?
like what you should what
Sit over a river, let the
no lah,
river
that one
flow
you just shower
positively.
lah. That one basically you just shower only. There's nothing to it.
I feel down. Pergi mandi.
Pergi mandi can, no
No
problem.
lah. If you follow Islam, pergi wudu.
Yes, correct. So,
Mm.
if based on Islam, of course, we need to pray to God in
Yes,
order for us to feel. But if you think about it, why we take wudu is to actually remove the negativity from our body, and
that's right.
also, of course, lah, to cleanse ourselves before we solat. Correct?
That's right.
Yeah. So it's different than what we study, of course, lah. But it's just that we try not to combine religion and what we do because it's two separate things.
Okay. You're saying sorry, yeah. So but I think in terms of combining obviously faith and what you do, it gets quite complex because
Yeah,
you
it
know
does.
it's really, and I think it helps that you are also a convert, because then you're
Mm-hmm.
aware of where that line is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a
Mm,
certain limitation to it because like for example, the reason why I'm very comfortable with Joyap teachings is because they don't require us to do certain type of prayers. I believe that if you were to see olden feng shui masters, like they have a
right.
beard and stuff like that, so I'm very sure I'm very sure you will see them started.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
you will surely see them like taking out yellow paper and ask you to write something, and okay, now you burn it, you go home, you drink it, you should be fine. I don't want to
Macam
say,
bomoh
and
lah.
yeah, I don't want to say it's bad because they have their own belief. But of course, in
Mm,
Joey Up itself, we do not practice such thing because very simple and basic explanation. What can the paper do to you if you don't do anything?
right, right,
Correct?
right, 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 right.
It's just like a rock. If you ask them, please give me money. You ask the rock, please give me money. And you look at the rock for 24 hours straight. Will the rock give you money?
No.
No, correct? But
If it does,
let's
I
just
want that rock.
Yeah, but best example that I give you is, do you watch the movie do you watch the movie PK?
PK.
Amir
Okay, no,
Han.
I've not.
Okay,
No, I've not yet. Okay.
so what Amir Han said is that this rock by itself it does nothing. So what he did was he take a red marker, he charted some red marks, and he started putting a few coins at the side, and everybody
Uh-huh.
started praying at the rock. So if you do something to the rock, then of course you can get money. So it's just the same as you guys. If you just sit down in your house, although no matter how good your feng shui is, if you sit, you do nothing, then nothing will come to you. You must do something.
Hmm.
By the way, Maria is asking, do you get a lot of Muslim clients?
Yeah,
We
and we
do
also
get.
have a comment from my mom, which is you could include
Oh,
zikir in
hi.
your practice or work.
Oh, hi, hi, hi.
Okay, but yeah, question from Maria: do you get a lot of Muslim clients?
We do get some of it, but of course, it's PNC, and I'm not allowed to divulge on
Indicate.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, that's fair.
but we
That's
do
fair. But
have
you do
Muslim
get
clients.
clients who are Muslim.
Yeah, we do get
Okay.
it. Lah.
Aligning energy sounds like a woo Vic science. How do you win over skeptics? From Wani, also from Brunei.
Oh, hi, Wani. Um, we don't try to overcome skeptics because we focus more towards the helping of people rather than trying to convince somebody they don't actually believe on it. Okay, the reason why we have Chinese metaphysics company like us is so that we can actually help people. Sometimes they already have nowhere to go. We are totally the last resource. Okay, so based on your question, I will not say that we try to win over skeptics, but they just need to believe in the result that we give out, because 99% our result does speak by itself. Otherwise, why are we why are we having like 22,000 people attending our seminar, and we have like 100, 300, 400 clients altogether around the world? Okay, so yeah.
We have use three the use. Okay. How to face toxic and racist person? Please help me. Bye.
Do you want me to answer in a very honest way, or do you want me to answer in a stupid way?
Ni
uh
face reading ke ni? Soalan use ni.
no lah. How to actually face toxic people and racist people? The most basic thing is actually nothing got to do with feng shui. All you need to do is just shut your ears and you won't listen. But of course, we can do alignment of feng shui whereby you can avoid such people and also increase your positive level. Okay. Educate them also. Yeah, correct. Educate them also. You can actually educate them also.
Okay, so I'm gonna move on to my next question. Do you, do you sell or promote your services to family members and friends? I mean,
Yeah,
whether or not
I do.
if they want it, or is it more of like they come to you? How does that work out?
Um, Mostly, they are not so open for it at first, but after
Right.
that, like for example, my parents weren't open to the, what's it called, the concept of feng shui, because reason being is that when they were doing feng shui, they actually did feng shui before, like back in 1990s, something 1998 for their office. So um, they spent a lot of money buying
Right.
crystals, buying I don't know what other things are more. So there's a lot of crystals at home, and the feng shui master would say, "Okay, it's good for you to put the crystal on top of the door. This is to avoid the bad energy coming into your property, whereby it doesn't make sense because you know why? The door is directly in front of the stairs, so of course the energy will go out. So if you were to put water in front of the stairs, the water will flow down, correct?
Correct.
So what does the orb of crystal will do for you if that's the sense of it? So when I think about it, then it doesn't make sense. Then my parents don't believe in it. And after when they went for Haji, when they came back, then of course they don't believe in Feng Shui anymore. But
Right.
right now, because they see that I'm doing it, and because I'm really worried about the health, so I just offered to them, why not I just do the house Feng Shui? Because when I, believe it or not, right, when I stayed in my house in Cheras, I had tons of health issues. Okay, I fall sick within 1 year. I can fall sick like maybe 6 to 8 times, which is ridiculous. Every month there's one time I will surely fall sick one, which is
Mm-hmm.
stupid lah. Then secondly is that I will surely have flu sinuses every single morning.
Mm-hmm.
With or without air purifier, I will surely have flu one. Okay, so when I checked back the house feng shui, it was really messed up because apparently we call it our life qua. which is my
Mm-hmm.
which is my own life energy, it belongs in the east sector. Okay, every each houses there's 8 sectors of the house, which is north, east, west, southeast, southwest, all that thing, right? So my
Yeah, yeah,
life
yeah. Okay.
energy is in the east sector. And what happens is that in the east sector there's a stairs. So these stairs means it will affect my life, my health, and also the way on how I actually conduct myself. So when I move out of the house and I started realizing that things got better. I seldom fall sick. I don't really have flu anymore. I don't have asthma anymore, which is very seldom. Then when I check back the Feng Shui, now I understand much better. That's why I try to do something for the house in order for my parents to be healthier lah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
But as you
So I'm
said, you
doing for
don't
my aunts too.
use trinkets. You don't use like as you said lah, letak batu sini, letak. It's more of just
No.
to move things around for more positive energy,
Yeah.
or better energy flow. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to say putting stuff, we usually will put natural items like water, fire, metal. These are the 3 basic things on here. The rest we don't have. Lah.
Fireplace.
Yeah. No, because fire element is a natural element. Then
Okay.
we have metal, which is the basically we only tell them to get the metal weights that we use to carry lifting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so usually we use that to do certain types of activity. And water is to actually attract the positive energy and make it flows and circulate within the area so that it traps the energy for
Mm,
you. Mm,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Besides that, I think
Interesting.
no lah, I don't have lah. Besides that, it's just the alignments of your bed, of your uh what is it called, what's it, working table, your stove,
Right.
all
Right.
the important stuff lah.
Okay. So, in terms of what you do, has it affected and the perception of it, has it affected your relationship with any friends, family, like those who might not agree to it?
So far, no. See lah, your husband know what I'm working with. He's still friends with me. There's no difference to it. I mean, if I tell people like, oh, I do Feng Shui, they don't see me like, oh my god, you delve into the devil art. No lah, don't have lah. No such thing lah. No such thing.
Tak ada macam, oh, Syirik.
Yeah, no ah. Thankfully, don't have. Even my wife also, because um, I don't know whether she allows me to admit it, but she's a very pious person. She's
Okay.
she's very pious. She solat 5 times a day. She never miss it, and she always reminds me to solat, 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 solat. So
On
she's the
time
most
lah, that sort
pious.
of thing.
She's the most pious person that I ever know in my entire life. And even
Aw.
with that, even with that, she has never discouraged me to learn what I am learning right now. No. She has never done that. She has never like, you're learning the arts of the devil. You should be away from it. No, she never does that. She always encouraged me, please study more, so that people can actually understand what you're trying to say, so that you can actually
Mm,
help other people. Don't
yeah.
worry, you're not doing the bad things on. Go ahead, please study more. Always tell me
Mm.
like that one.
I
So
think
that's why
knowing more about something and then knowing, okay, this is where I draw the line and this is where I'm okay with it. That
yeah,
helps rather than just kind of going in it blindly and then just like, I guess that's okay, or not really being sure if something is okay or not.
yeah,
Okay,
correct.
so we've got a question from Wani. Do you have to physically meet clients or their spaces, example office or homes, or can your
Hmm.
consultants and practice be done virtually?
Um, Previously we need to do physically previously, but right now because of the pandemic situation, so of course we need to do it virtually. So we try to do as much as we can through Zoom meeting, through Google Map, and through some other things which is from clients recording and stuff like that. But
Mm.
yes, if possible, it's better to do it physically, which is to meet the client face to face, because we need to see the surroundings to understand the
This is
place
for
better.
the
Feng Shui.
placements or thing feng shui lah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah, on Wani's question, just to also let our viewers know, we do have a very special giveaway happening at the end of today's episode, where Adam will be giving three character analysis for free on
Yep.
live on tonight's episode. So you'll find out how to do that later on. I'll let you guys know. So do
Yeah.
stay tuned until the end, okay?
Ooh, excited.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna move on into our next segment, which is
Mm-hmm.
what society thinks you do.
Oh, nice. I wish I got that kind of money. Ah.
No, but I do think that might be a societal impression of what feng shui masters tend to do. I think people tend to see them as wow, I make a lot of money. Yeah. So what would you say is the general impression of what society's general impression of what you do?
uh, I think they, how to say, um, the people that always come to us, they have a lot of troubles. They have a lot of
Mhm.
issues, and they tend to seek advice a lot. I know it's um I know something that we can help them, but it's just that sometimes they don't want to help themselves. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like for example, okay, you need to do this, and at this specific time, please do it. They say okay, but when the time comes, ah yeah, I cannot do it. So it gets very frustrating at some point of time. So when people see us like, oh, you have the all knowledge, you have the all answers, but actually we don't. We based it on what is available right now at that moment of time, and we advise you accordingly. But sometimes people say like,
Mm.
oh, you know everything, or what do you do for yourself?
Okay, so let's take the first question from Wani first. What's the most challenging aspect of your job? Would you say that that is the most challenging? Like you tell people, "Hey, you do this," then they don't do.
You can say so lah, because there are some people that doesn't want to change.
Right.
Changes requires you to get out of your comfort zone. Some people doesn't want to get
Mm.
it.
And I guess, I mean, doing what you do, in a sense, you are making an effort, an active effort to help people, and in a
Yeah.
way that is your amanah. So you're like, okay, you're giving me, let's say, you're paying for my services,
Yeah.
and that is you paying me. So if I accept your money and you don't act upon how I advise you to get better, then it kind of makes it feel as though, macam, then you bayar I for nothing lah.
uh Actually I don't get the money lah. So I don't really
Oh,
care about the
okay.
money. But it's just that the
Wah,
thing
free
is,
service lah. Okay, semua orang
no
ah,
no no
lepas
no,
ni cari
hey, no,
Adam.
not free. No, not free, not free. The money goes to the company, but it just doesn't go
Okay.
direct to me. Okay, I just get a fixed salary, that's it, like you
Yeah.
guys.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
the thing is, when they come to us and they ask us to do certain things, we actually put a lot of effort and thought into it. So like for
Right.
example, they say, okay, my relationship with the wife is not going so good. Okay, we have been arguing a lot. There's also a discussion of separation, but we are
Mm-hmm.
considering of the kids. So please help
Yeah.
us. I really want to save this marriage. Could you please find a solution to this? Whereby we will actually look into the house, put the compass, the entire sectors, then we will see what's wrong with the house. Then we will ask them to change. Okay, this is affecting your relationship. Okay, please do
Mm.
this, please do this, please do this at this particular time. We even have the map and put the entire compass on it. We even give you a clear instruction and also a date. Then at the end of the day, they will say like, oh, I tak sempat buat.
Mm. Or
So
it could
we
also
always,
be reading their personality charts or their, I mean, their character analysis and going, okay, these are certain aspects. Like you're very hot tempered, so maybe these are
mm,
things you want to work on. I mean, I would
yeah,
suppose it's a very it's very all rounded in that sense, lah.
mm,
So
correct.
on that, let's get to Maria's questions. Is the practice more formula based, or can you feel energies? Feel energies.
Um, okay, when you say feel energies, do you mean intuition?
I don't know. I
Formula
mean, yeah.
formula based, we have it, but we have to understand substance over form. So when your surroundings is reality, theory can be theory, but not necessarily every theory can be applied in reality. We need to also consider what is the actual fact that's happening right now. Then only apply the theory. Because if we are trying to apply every single little theory, people will get very rigid and they cannot do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of doing nothing, might as well you do something first, what you can do. So reality comes into play first.
Okay, so there's something from my mom, which she says in Islam there's ilmu falak, which you could also describe metaphysics. So I guess if you go into ilmu falak also, then you can do both types of metaphysics. Wow.
Probably I will look into it.
Yeah, and from your wife, this is Adni. Feng Shui purpose is for balance, the element in positive and negative. When we become a
Mhm.
positive person, Yes, actually, I believe also the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that positive things happen to positive people, and I absolutely believe in that. That when you are a positive person, I think you kind of you bring that positive energy towards yourself as well. When you yourself are a very positive person, it's like
Yep,
happiness is
correct.
contagious.
Yep, correct.
Mm.
Well, because if you think about it logically speaking, when you're much more positive, you tend to see more opportunities and you tend to go for it. And when you go for it, there are different types of doors that's opening for you. Rather
Mm.
compared to another person that is like, I can't do this, I can't do that. Even though opportunity is right in front of you, but you don't take it, nothing will ever change.
Mm. And from Hannah, is that would that the law of attraction? Would that be the law of attraction?
You can say so. Yeah, you can
Okay,
say so.
so I think going back to how some people kind of have that either well I think the misinterpretation or incorrect understanding about feng shui being Syirik is very common, but also I think also seeing feng shui as a money making
Business.
industry, a making
Mm.
business. Where do you think that misunderstanding comes from?
Well, because we always see a lot of I would say feng shui masters that is outside. We usually see them um I don't know, probably a lot of gold in their house, or they're wearing a lot of chains and locks and like that. So people tend to perceive like, oh, once you do feng shui, you're really super rich. Because if we can make people rich, surely they can make themselves rich. They will always have this kind of thinking one. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but if you look into it, if you were to have a perspective of just money, 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 you won't go that far. Because you have to understand this Chinese metaphysics industry is that you are supposed to help people. You're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to guide them. You're supposed to have them in the right mind and transform their life. So, like what I do and what my mentor always tell me, which is Dawson. Dawson always tell me that you must always, always consider about other people. Don't just do for the sake of doing. Okay. And I always tell him that I'm really worried that I will affect somebody's life because this thing is very serious. If I were to do it something wrong, these people may have the different type of negative effect rather than positive effect. So he said,
Mm-hmm.
that's good. That's really good. Because when you think like that, that means you are putting the client perspective into your eyes, which is better because you are helping them. So I believe that this company, which is Joy Up company, they are out there to actually help people. So that's why I feel very comfortable in helping them.
Well, we've got lots of great questions coming in. So first, let's
Hi.
look at Wani's question. Um,
What is very active? I like her.
no, that's great. I love that. I love that.
Yeah,
Okay, so many
exactly.
questions, so little time. It's okay. We welcome all these
It's okay.
questions. I
Can.
also wonder about face reading. What is it, and how can you help clients through this?
Okay, face reading it's not very often used because you have to understand now in the current situation, there's a lot of people
Demos.
that goes no, there's a lot of people that goes for what's it called, facial surgery. So it's very hard for us to determine. It's serious. Like for example, if you were to ask them, okay, I have come to do face reading. Okay, Ken. First question we ask them, have you done any surgery? If they were to tell us
Ah,
no, if they tell us no, then we're like, oh, okay lah. So we read based on their face, but actually it's not the correct reading. It's like
ah,
yeah, it's like you get
the
a
palm
F.
reading.
No, no, it's like you get a result paper F, whereby you're supposed to be fail, but you go and put the one line and a plus, then it's A plus. This kind of thing, you know. So it's very hard for us to determine that. That's why face reading is slightly tougher to read. But of course, we can tell them, like for example, okay, you're going through this phase in your life. It seems to be a lot of issues in terms of relationship or probably money that affecting this issue. So based on the face, we can read that. Okay, but
Wow.
expert readers will just scan through your face and will be able to determine what's your issue. It can
And
also
how
be
is that
your
done? Like,
sorry.
is that based on your bone structure? Is that like how
Uh,
does that actually happen?
okay,
Like the face reading.
for example, your forehead. Okay, your
Mm-hmm.
forehead, if it's like quite high, like four fingers like that, if it's quite high, it means
Yeah,
you're
I've
very
got
good
I've
in
got a I've
terms.
got a 5 head.
So it's if it's broad and if it's a meaty type, so that means you're a very good type of a leadership. So that's one of the basic reading. And in terms of your cheek, if it's a bone structure, if it's like very bony or it's very fleshy or it's very bright or it's very dim, We can read all these kind of things. But of course,
Wow.
experts will be able to read that lah.
Okay. So next question. Can you explain when they include rearing species of fish to enhance their luck?
There's nothing to do with it. Fish is just fish. You can just take it out and cook it. It's like
So
literally, it's
you,
just
I mean, I would imagine if you rear fish and you boleh makan, then it enhances your ability to self-sustain lah. We do
yeah,
that
of
as
course.
well. We have tilapia that we rear.
I would
So
I would definitely rear ikan siakap just like you guys.
I don't think it enhances luck. It enhances boleh makan.
Okay, I think to answer Padi is your
Pudi
mother,
is my mom. Yeah, my mom.
your mom, right? Okay,
Yeah, that's
Miss,
right.
ma'am, sorry, ma'am. To answer your question is that actually people don't breed the fish because of the fish. They put the fish there is because of the water looks very weird if it's empty. The main important thing is actually the water, the pond, because that's where it attracts and circulates the energy within the property. So if you were to put a fish or no fish, so it doesn't matter as long the water is there and it must be circulating water. That's how it affects the feng shui. The fish has no effect on. You can put goldfish for all it cares, but it
No
doesn't
fish got
matter.
jentik-jentik, as Faiz said. So that
Yeah,
one also very bad luck. You keep water, but no fish, then got jentik-jentik. So
yeah,
got
correct.
jentik-jentik, got bad luck.
Put guppy fish also can one. You can eat the nyamuk can already.
Okay. From Kerepek Bawang, can metaphysics or feng shui help mental illness person? That's a good question, I think.
My next question is what type of mental illness person? Do you mean by depression or do you mean by really el poco loco that type or how?
Okay, well, either or. Let's say somebody. Okay, we're talking about somebody with, say, anxiety issues or maybe depression, as you said earlier.
Um, we still need to see the stage level. If
Mm-hmm.
it's if it's at a time whereby
Okay,
it's
depression.
still not so serious that you need until all the way the what's it called medication,
Mm-hmm.
then we still can do it because we actually enhance your health level so that you actually take those medicine because you have to understand depression people they have this kind of feeling that I'm I'm okay to go through without medication. I'm strong enough. But in fact, they need the medication. So feng shui, what they will do is to actually give you the positive energy in order for you to continue with your medication if you need it and to
Mm-hmm.
feel less threatening to yourself. Because
Okay,
sometimes people depression they will feel like I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough.
right. And what about if you have certain illnesses? I wouldn't say they're mental illnesses, but somebody who maybe is autistic or Asperger's or on the spectrum. Does that also help? Maybe in terms of
Mhm.
creating a calmer environment, those sort of things.
Yeah, we can do that also. Probably we can increase the vitality level.
Okay.
Okay, so like for example, if you're saying like Asperger's just now, I'm not sure what's Asperger's because I'm not familiar with the medical terms.
Yep.
But
Okay.
in terms of feng shui, what we can do is we can actually increase the level of vitality, and we can also increase the um how should I say healing aspect. If like for example, this person went through surgery, or probably we have clients that actually went through cancer. Okay, so what we did is we actually look for a sector that is beneficial in terms of health to increase the vitality of the body so that they can self-sustain and recover by itself. We have proven results that we have a client from Singapore. The mother was supposed to be a stage 3 cancer. So what we did a consultation for the client, and don't know how come within a month the cancer is just gone. I'm not making this up. It literally just gone. Don't know where it go.
I mean, I think I would agree that one, it's in part of with the will of Allah.
Of course.
Sometimes these
Mm,
things are, if it will happen, it will happen. And I also
mm,
think, as you mentioned earlier, when we ourselves are in a very good state, or a good
mm,
be a good state of being, where you have all this positive energy, it tends to it helps with healing. It's one of the
mm,
reasons why, when you are feeling better,
mm,
emotionally and mentally, you tend to
mm,
heal a lot faster. That's how I find. And where people who are very much they stay very in their heads when they're
Mhm.
not well. Even if it's
Mhm.
a recovery from even a surgery, it takes a longer
Correct.
time.
Correct.
So okay, we've got a question from Maria, and I think this also applies to people who also do other very similar work. How much do you use your knowledge and experience in face reading in your social life? Does it dictate people you associate yourself with? I think even
Mm.
psychologists get asked this. Like, do you like, if you spot a person like, oh, I think this person depressed, I don't want to be friends with them.
I think this will be similar to police whenever they read body movements.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's the same thing actually. So if you are a type of person that needs to observe people first, then of course it's highly relevant to you lah. Like for example, HR people, of course, they will need to see what type of characteristic person they are. So if you are in the human resource, of course, you need to see this kind of things, right? So probably face reading will be beneficial for you. Or if you're working in the industry that you actually need to identify the type of person, then yes, it's very relatable. But if like for myself, I don't really need to understand like, oh, you look like this, like this, like this. So it's non-relatable. It depends on your job scope.
But for yourself, I mean, for you, you see people, you're
I
like,
don't know.
kawan pun kawan je lah, I don't care lah.
Kawan lah, everybody kawan easier for me.
Oh.
For me, it's like that. I don't judge people based on their face. Like, wow, in
you
Chinese we call
don't
it
judge
yong.
a book by its cover.
Yeah, correct. In Chinese we call it yong sui. That means like, wow, sui one on your face. Don't want to be friends. No lah, I don't do that. I don't do that.
Wow, got like that, ah. Oh, so your
God,
face,
some
I don't
people,
understand.
some people see like, your face very dark, very hard one don't want to be friends with you
Wow, very sad, like that. That person don't have friend
God,
one just because
God
of their
lah,
face.
but of course, my in my job of in my scope of job is that I need to be friends with everybody, so that I can understand
Right,
people from different type of background and different type of
right.
experience from them. Because otherwise, how am I supposed to help them? Correct or not? If I choose the person that I want to talk to, then that means I'm shutting myself from different type of opportunities to improve myself.
Right. Okay, before we want to go into the two questions from Kirosa, I just have a quick one I want to ask.
Hmm.
On face reading, sorry?
Captain Iman.
Captain Iman. Okay, before we
Captain,
address Captain Iman, Captain's question, on the note of face reading, yeah, this may be a ridiculous question, but can changing your face change your fate? Like if you're like, say, okay lah, if
yeah,
your nose very like this, then your luck is not good. So I go and make my nose very cantik. Then will that change my fate?
I would say it changed a certain amount of percentage. Like for example, if you got a mole at this side and you suddenly
Mm-hmm.
decided to take it away, so it can
Uh-huh.
change certain things in your life.
Wow. So
Yeah.
technically
So
Botox and all that can help lah.
Botox nothing
Like
one. Botox is just
kasih my forehead lagi besar, kasih my cheek lagi
uh
tinggi.
no, Botox is not really. Botox is just to ketatkan your kulit only. But if you debone, put it back,
Uh-huh.
destructuralize the whole thing, then probably it will change.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, Captain, once you okay, he's asking, once you consult a client, do you guys continue with a follow-up appointment or a house or office visit, or is it a one-time consultation?
Good question. This one depends on the salesperson. There are promotions whereby, for example, if you were to do a consult now, then of course we have 1 year period of follow up, and sometimes it can be extended up to 2 years or so. This one depending on what type of promotion that they're having at the moment of time, which I'm not so familiar. But of course, we always have follow up sessions to see what has happened with the clients. uh, yeah, I'll trick. I think you're very over exaggerating about it.
Okay, this is probably something that even applies to my mom. From Captain, have you encountered any client who are interested in feng shui, but he or she is an OCD patient? Sometimes you want to relocate certain furniture to optimize energy flow, but they was like, no, cannot, must be like this. Otherwise, I
Good
cannot
question.
function.
No, actually, it's a good question. It's a very good question. So far, I've not met any OCD clients. Um,
Time for you to come and chat with my mother.
can ah. OCD clients seldom lah, very seldom. I don't see them like, oh, I cannot do this. Usually, those people that come to us is like, okay, no problem, can do it. But the only problem is that, I don't think so. I can do this. This one a bit troublesome. Can you do this instead? They're trying to find a way
Oh,
to
negotiate
save this thing.
lah.
Yeah, which is not the case actually.
Okay, Alison says it's time for me to remove a lot of moles. So would you advise go for it or against it?
I don't know. It depends on how she looks like.
So okay, so your mole placement it changes things about apa
Mole placement.
your if your mole is here different, mole is here different, mole is here different.
Yeah, they have different type of readings.
Interesting,
Mm.
interesting. Okay, from
It
Hannah,
depends
I
on which
lost
part of
weight
the.
and people are nicer to me now.
Ayo, don't say like that. Very, very, very kesian. No lah, don't say like that lah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'd like to also ask you on this. Given that now we're in COVID period, and I think you've been in this industry for a while. How would you
Mhm.
compare the market now to what it was like before?
Oh, you'll be surprised that the market actually increased because
Mm-hmm.
previously they have this kind of perception that we actually need to visit the clients,
Okay.
okay, whereby we weren't so sure during March 2019 because that time when the COVID affected us, we were like on full lockdown. Malaysia didn't get to go out at all, so our company had to shift everybody to the front line. That means those people that is usually in the back line, whereby you're supposed
Mm-hmm.
to do like admin work and stuff like that, they are actually being pushed towards the front line to do sales and communicate with the clients. Okay, this is not a hidden secret lah, but everybody needs to be aware of what they're doing right now. So if you were to say whether the business has changed, it has changed tremendously. Reason being is because instead of meeting client face to face, we can actually do it virtually now, which we didn't actually thought of it before that. We can now do Zoom meeting with overseas client, which is even better.
Wow.
Yeah, we can do it with overseas clients. So now with the current pandemic situation, they force us to improve ourselves. So now we are doing consultations based on Zoom meeting. We have people from USA, Mexico, Hawaii,
That's
Rome,
amazing.
Italy. There's a lot of people. Australia also got a lot.
So now you're
So we,
getting essentially more people
yeah,
internationally are now able to experience
correct.
what you guys do, and that's
Yeah,
really cool.
because you have to think about it. In order for us to bring our consultant to your place, which is in the foreign country, it's gonna cost us a lot, correct?
Mm.
So during this pandemic, when you use Zoom meeting, I just need to face with you through the Zoom meeting, where we cut
This
costs
is
actually.
my house. This is what it looks
Yeah,
like.
yeah, like that
No,
one.
but that is really interesting. I think because it sort of has forced you and your team to kind of like, okay, how are we going to change the way we do things and how are we going to do it better, and that has actually
Mm,
created new opportunities for you, and I think that's really awesome. But
yeah.
what I would want to know is, given that you kind of do date setting, right?
Hmm.
And we've gone in and out of PKP, not say in and out, but we've gone PKP, whatever, semua PKP segala.
Yeah,
And you go, okay, dude, I want you to do your launching this date. Then sekali,
yeah.
alamak, PKP, macam mana?
Find back again. You have
So
to find back again.
recalibrate, okay, kita tukar tarikh.
Yeah, no, we will ask them, okay, so when is the expected date that you can actually do it? Some of it say like, oh, after PKP, okay, we'll find the dates after PKP. But of course, government, we cannot control them. Then we have a follow up session whereby they can actually request one more time. Then we will, of course, we will do it again for them. We cannot, it's beyond our control. What. We need to do it for them.
Hmm,
One JY
that's
consultant
true.
does. Yeah, by the way, the consultant that is mentioned by Aldrich, his name is Kelvin Chan. You guys, if you're interested in parcel reading, whereby it's your destiny chart, you're most welcome to join him on his Facebook account, which is Kevin Chan. He's really good
Okay.
actually. Mm.
Okay, and a question from Wani, apart from wanting to help people, what do you think makes a good metaphysics coach?
Mm, well, so far
Don't
I can
judge
only
people
think,
face.
yeah, no lah. They cannot be biased because you have to understand that whenever we are reading a certain chart, we cannot twist and turn the words. Of course, you are trying to make it look like it's as nice as possible and everything, but there are things that is not so nice. Okay, it's just like medicine. You need to swallow it in order to cure. So, as a Chinese metaphysics person, as a coach, you need to be very independent. You are not supposed to be biased, just like how auditor is.
Hmm.
Then only you get a proper reading for it. Yeah. Sorry. That's for consultant, but for coach, of course, I just need to teach people.
Okay. Interesting. And so how would you compare? I mean, since you were talking about having now clients overseas, how would you compare doing it this metaphysics, Chinese metaphysics here in Malaysia versus say
Mhm.
if you were to start exploring it overseas, like if you were to open it say in the US, if you were to open it in Australia and in Europe, those sort of countries, but it's maybe not so
The
widely known.
well, the trend is definitely getting upwards lah, because Chinese metaphysics, of course, is for Chinese people. This is the first misconception right now. It doesn't belong to Chinese, but it's just that because during the ancient time, everything is in Chinese form. So now, since it's in English, of course, we can travel further. So, depending whether they are willing to accept or not, that's based on their interests. But of course, Malaysia, everybody knows Feng Shui lah for the Chinese people.
Is the go-to word is just feng shui lah. So in terms of
Yeah.
getting it, I suppose making it a lot more accessible, as you said, then using
Mm,
the term metaphysics is a lot more like okay, metaphysics, as opposed to like
yeah,
feng shui.
correct.
What is feng shui? Feng shui sound very Chinese. Is it just like a
Yeah,
Chinese thing?
correct. But usually we will ask them, okay, how we determine whether we need to choose between feng shui, 八字, qimeng, right? We will usually ask them, okay, what's your concern first? Okay, what is it that you're trying to achieve? Because different subject is used different way to achieve different things. Okay, so like for example, if you say, okay, I'm right now having financial issues, I will need to increase my profitability within this company of this. So say, okay, right now you have this kind of issue, we will ask you to do feng shui, which is we need to assess the office that you're working in. If you own the office lah, if you don't own the office, we cannot do anything, or we look into your house. Okay, but
Okay.
let's just say if the situation is that, oh, I'm currently planning to do this, do you think should I do this after I've taken this action? Then that means it's based on Chiman reading. So we ask them to go for Chiman instead. So you can see the different subject is for different type of purposes.
In a way, it's kind of like exercise, like when you go and join a gym and they go, okay, what are your goals? Okay, I want to do this, and they say, okay, maybe you try this one
Yeah,
works out for you, this
exactly.
one doesn't. So
Exactly.
it's
It's the same.
tailor making it for the different people lah.
Yep, correct.
Hmm. Okay, so we're just gonna do a bit of a quick activity before we move on to our next segment.
Exercise.
Yeah, a little bit of an exercise. I think we've got quite a few viewers joining us tonight. I'd like everybody to just quickly post in the comments, in the chat box. Tell us your zodiac, your animal sign. We want to see what's the top popular three online with us tonight. I know I'm a dragon. I'm born in the
Yeah,
year of a
same as me.
dragon. Ah, dragon Lung.
Long. Yes.
Lung, that's right. So drop us your animal zodiac. If you're not sure, you can put the year and see if Adam can quickly just be like, I know what that is.
Uh yeah. But
Yeah.
if you're born in the month of January, then choose the year that's before that.
We've got two monkeys.
Monkeys.
Rat,
Tiger.
tiger, snake.
Huh? Snake. Got snake. Yeah. Just saw it. Wait,
Aldrich, choose
Aldrich,
one.
don't, no. It's not choosing one. He's giving his year, month, day, and hour. No need to give your full pillars, bro. He's giving his full pillars.
Oh, he's a horse, which is the same as our son Faris. So Faris is also born
No,
in the
he's
year of a
a
horse.
tiger.
Wow. Okay. So the fact that you can like, I know this.
Yeah, it's like the Jawi, but we read from right to left.
News is
So
actually bear.
so his year is tiger, his month is dog, his day is tiger, and his hour is horse.
Yeah, we've got three dragons.
Three
You,
only.
me, and Maria are dragons.
One
Wani, you
monkey,
gonna
two
join us and
monkey.
tell us your year? We got one rat, one tiger, two monkeys. So top three so far looks like dragons and monkeys.
Seems like it.
Quite a lot of wildlife tonight.
One life.
Quite a lot of wildlife joining us tonight. Okay, so now now that everybody sort of started commenting in, that's great. Let's move into an ox. Oh wow, okay, ox is
Dragon too. Yeah, my wife is dragon also.
oh okay. Thank you, Wani. Okay, so now let's move on to our third segment where we get a little bit more into more of you actually, Adam. what
No,
you
for me.
think you do. Yes.
What I think I do scared me.
Yes.
Suddenly got music. Suddenly got bass. I'm like, wow, why got bass?
Yeah lah, macam kind of give it a swag. Okay, so
Terkejut,
you
man, the swag.
sorry Mr. Technician don't scare my guests. Okay, okay, Adam, give us a pitch, sell us the job. Be like, okay, this is this ideal image of what I actually do.
uh, okay. So my job, I couldn't really tell you exactly what my job is, but what I can say is that if at a certain point of time that you feel that you do not know what else to be done, and you are always constantly having a roadblock, so through that roadblock, you do not know where else to go. Okay, so basically, this Chinese metaphysics subject is to overcome those roadblocks in a different way, of course, not conventional way. You have tried so many methods in your life, but of course, at a certain point of time, you need help. So this is what I do, which is to actually transform your life in order for you to excel in the future. Okay, in the current state where you are right now, we will bring you to where you want to be. That's what we do.
Okay, no, I mean, that's pretty fair. So what would you say? So what you say, you think that what you do is you help people, in a way, you help people excel and overcome certain challenges in a non-conventional way, lah. Would you say that that's sort of your impression of what you do?
Um, in a sense that I'm actually giving them an escape rope. You are now stuck inside a well, and I'm here to provide you the rope. Whether you want to grab the rope to climb up and save yourself, or you just want to drown, that depends on yourself. I'm only
Right.
here to provide you a rope.
I think that's very similar to like tawakal, is that you have to have the effort to help
Yeah, of
yourself,
course.
and then after that,
Mm.
with that effort, then the universe will respond accordingly. So my dad is also joining us tonight.
Hi.
uh,
Wow, I'm very scared now. Mom is here, dad is here. Oh my god.
whole family Jing Bang is here. Okay, so that's a really interesting question. So I think very popularly we know about people's years of birth, or their zodiac birth year.
Yep.
But what about
Mm.
people's elements? So for example, my dad's been told his element is water. Your wife's one is wood. I'm not sure what mine is, but
No, she's
how
not
does
wood.
that differ?
My
Ah,
wife is not
uh-oh.
wood. My wife is metal.
So how what does your element and your birth zodiac have to do with each other? How does that
Okay.
interact with each other?
Let me. I think I need to explain first.
Okay,
In
sure.
your what's it called? Your element. We usually look at your day, the day that you're born
Mm-hmm.
on, because that represents at a specific particular day you're born at. So we call it day masters. Okay. In total, there are five elements, which is of course the very simple one is wood, fire, metal, water, as well as earth. These are the most five basic elements that you have, and every each element is split between yin and yang. Okay, it's not necessary to be good and bad. It just means there's two type of categories of person. There's two different types of polarity. Okay, so for your father Faizan, I'm not sure what's your element because I need to plot the chart on the day that you're born on. Then only I will be able to see what type of element you are. Right now you're telling me your element is water. It can be something else actually, but of
Mm,
course we have a session right after this to read a characteristic person. Yeah,
We'll,
so
we'll do that
probably
later.
can give me your birth dates later on so that we
Later,
can
later
actually,
on, later on.
yeah, later on, way
No,
later
no
on.
cheating now, no cheating now,
Yeah, give me your chart and I will be able to see what type of elements that you are, and I'll be able to explain what type of characteristic based on your elements.
Okay. So
Metal,
so yeah, I guess that is based off your date. So it's based off your year of birth, and then the element would be your date of your
your
birth.
day, your day of
A
your birth.
day.
Yeah,
Oh,
day.
like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that kind of thing.
Uh No, like for example, 1st of January, then it's different type. 2nd of January, then it's different type.
Okay
Third
lah,
of
so they're
January,
different. Okay. Love that you're supportive. Oh, thank you
yeah,
very
thank
much.
you.
Yes, I love that my family's so supportive.
Yes.
Um, okay, so what was your expectation of this job when you first started? Like, when you first started, what were you thinking? Like, well, obviously you joined in from accounting.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
how does that go?
do you want an honest answer?
I mean, it's down to you. This is more of your idealistic. No, actually, we do want to know what was your idealistic view of like, wow, now that I'm gonna do this is what it's gonna be like. What was
uh
your
to
like
to
your
to tell you the
wow?
truth, I didn't had that wow kind of thing. I just
Hmm.
think like I need to survive. I need to get money.
That's
otherwise
fair.
my
That's
kids
fair.
otherwise my kids got nothing to eat, my wife got nothing to eat. I just need to get my work. I don't want to
Okay.
shift to another different type of company, so I
Mm-hmm.
stayed true and true. But of course,
Mm-hmm.
as and when it passes by, and my ideal setup for this job right now is actually to be standing in the middle of the crowd to do like what Datuk does. Okay, of
Right.
course on behalf of Zodiac company, to be one of their panel speakers. So right now I'm a coach. So I hope one day I'll be able to become a panel speaker whereby to speak in a whole crowd on a certain subject.
Well, today you're speaking to a bit of a crowd, so one step there. We're getting there. We're
Yeah.
getting there.
Thank you, crowd.
Yes, thank you, crowd. Yeah, you're helping him reach his goals, everybody. Good job. Good job.
Green
Okay,
chart or
green chat or
maroon
maroon
chart?
chat. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is? I don't know what that is.
We'll follow the maroon chart, bro. No,
Okay.
because there's two types of charts with different types of
Uh
information.
okay. Okay, so my next question is how do you view yourself and people who do what you do? I mean, obviously I'm sure you meet other people who also do metaphysics coaching or feng shui
Mm.
reading. So, if you meet somebody who's either competitor or somebody who is a fellow friend who does it, like if you meet like Aldrich, how does that work out between you guys? Do you read
It's
each other's
interesting.
face?
No, it's interesting lah. No, we don't read each other face, but it's like how you actually meet another Beyblade person with another Beyblade person lah. We started talking of the same topic, and we somehow clicked. There's a jargon between us that only the both of us can actually understand. That's the interesting part about it.
Oh, Adam Sangkut. I think is we've got a bit of a web. Okay, are
Am
we
I
good?
froze?
You froze for a little bit. You need to readjust your feng shui, bro.
Alamak.
Readjust the feng shui of your Wi-Fi.
I need to readjust my TM net. I don't need feng shui.
Okay, you still with us, Adam? Oh no, he's gone to adjust his TM net. Okay, hang on, we'll wait for Adam.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm still here.
okay, still there. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, according to Aldrich, you have the charisma to speak on a stage of 20,000 participants. Sorry lah, Adam. Tonight my crowd very small lah.
Hey, no lah.
We'll get there. Hopefully, we'll get there. Yeah. Also,
Yeah,
okay.
hopefully someday.
On that, does metaphysics apply to your internet router?
No. What applies to my internet router is that I need a mesh. I need an internet mesh and a long LAN cable. That's
So it
what I
doesn't
need.
change anything.
I
So
don't
if
need
you
feng
move it
shui.
here, different feng shui, maybe the energy will make my internet better. No, nothing.
No lah. Nothing got to do with that lah.
Darn. Okay, so you heard it here first, folks. If your feng shui master say you change your router here, the feng shui better, the internet faster, is lies.
No lah, doesn't work that way lah. It's just that, but if you want to say about okay, not to look into the perspective of internet router, but if you were to look into the perspective of where is the most auspicious sector of your house, then yes, that makes sense because you need to move to that place in order to conduct your work there.
Okay, so our work, yes, but for internet clarity, no.
No.
Okay. What if the most auspicious corner of your house has the worst internet connection? Then how?
Then too bad lah. You have to figure out a way. You see, this is what I
Wow.
meant getting out of your comfort zone because you have to understand feng shui. and your house alignment may not be necessarily be the same one. So I would say that house architect hate feng shui.
So
Really,
in
they will
terms of
design.
socializing, you guys are like, I don't like you.
Yeah, because you see, a designer say, okay, this is my best artwork. I've designed this beautifully for you. We have this structure whereby the sun comes in. Then when the feng shui master comes, no, no, cannot, no, 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 no. Then the graphic designer will be, are you kidding me? The architect will be like saying, are you serious? I spent so many hours on you. Now you get a feng shui master. I hate you lah. Please die. Yeah, so
Okay.
that's what we get. So that's what we
Another
get lah.
question from Wani. Is there any kind of background or prerequisite needed before venturing into this field, either to learn or make it a career? Well, I mean, Adam came from accounting, so
Yeah, I started from nothing. All you need to do is, if you want to start this, you just need to pick up a book, which is, are you okay with me putting up the link over here?
no, and I please go ahead. Please feel free to
Okay,
do so.
hang on, yeah, hang on.
Promote skate,
Okay,
promote skate, promote skate.
because
I,
right now there's
I, as a technician, don't need to put the link
yeah,
or anything.
because right now there's a birthday sales going on. So if you want to start your journey, you can start from the books that they are promoting right now, which is quite basic lah.
Okay.
Adam, put as a
Yeah,
teacher
yeah.
lah. You have access to this streamlet.
What? What can I do? I cannot change the thing. If I change that, it will be different setup already.
Okay. So now you guys know there's a special sale going on at store.joeyyap.com, and you guys can check that out if you guys are interested to learn more about that. Does the store ship overseas? Is it a PDF
Yeah.
book? Is it a physical
No,
book?
no. It's a physical book.
Okay, physical book. So for those of us, those of our viewers who are joining us from Brunei, hopefully it ships there.
Yeah. So if you spend like I think if I'm not mistaken, more than 200 ringgit, you get a free shipping or something like that.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right, and maybe if they're interested in also getting you and your team services, you might
Yep.
even start getting clients from Brunei. Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. We
Okay.
can do that actually.
Now let's move into our next segment, the reality of it. What you actually do.
Is there music here? Is there
Okay lah,
video?
can
I like that picture though. I really like the picture. It's like, oh God, please kill me now.
My dad says I qualified as an accountant too, but have become a stockbroker and all trader. Not just about know how, what you do, know who, and what aligns you to what you do best. Yes, I agree.
Nice.
Sometimes it's also, you could study something and end up doing something else. It oftentimes it could be something you're passionate about, could be something you really
Yeah.
love. I know I have gone into I didn't stray far from what I did, but
Mhm.
I did end up doing things that I never expected myself to also get into. So yeah,
Oh, good
it could
question. So
just
what do you
align
do?
to you. What do I do?
Now the
That's for a
so
different
so
episode,
so
huh?
should we change the
That one
position
next
of
time you
host
interview
and
me, eh? Next time you interview me pula, eh? Itu final
bagus.
episode. Itu season finale, okay? What I
I like
actually
that. I
do.
like that actually. We should do that. After that, we'll be turning around. Okay, then it will be I'm the one going to be the host together with Faiz, and she's going to be the guest host. And let's see how it goes from there.
Okay, stay tuned for that, okay? Right.
Yep.
So about what you actually do. Could you describe a typical working day for you and explain what, exactly what it is you do?
Okay. Typical working day. Usually, I'll
Mm.
just get a few requests for date selection purposes. So that means I will need to come up with the dates for you guys and submit to the person in charge. That's one. Secondly, I will come up with the thing which I told you just now, which is the action guide. So people will um, go for the consult, come back with the notes. Then I need to actually make it nice, cantik cantik and everything, present it nicely for the client. So that will be called the action guide. Uh, Sometimes I have ad hoc job. That means like for example, salesperson asking me, "Oh, my client having this issue, or can you please help me to just look through the entire feng shui, see how it goes." So I will look through it. Then I will tell him like, "Oh, this need to be done." So it's their job to actually whether to get the sales from the client or not lah. Okay. There are certain times also that I need to prepare slides because I need to teach on certain days. So we will need to prepare slides to present. and also Facebook posting, which I suck at it because I really have no idea how to write how to say clickbait kind of post. So I have no idea how to write. I know how to write in theory, I know how to write in practical, but I don't know how to write like how to attract you guys, these kind of things. So I
Okay,
need
okay,
to
okay.
figure that part out. So on the day to day, this is basically what I do lah, mostly.
Okay. I mean, when you're talking about having like say classes that you teach, do you set these classes on auspicious days, or is it just
Uh,
okay, this is the day
it's
we're
only
having it on?
it's only on the day that we initiate the class. That means it has to be on an auspicious day, okay? And of course, when we promote the program, if possible, we will promote it on an auspicious day, if possible. Because like I said, reality and theory may not be coincide. Like for example, if your boss tell you, I want it by tomorrow, but tomorrow is not a good day, then how? So yeah, it
Can
needs to
can
fit
you
into
can you
reality.
help me use this advice, clients? I want this. Deadline is tomorrow. Sorry, tomorrow not auspicious day. Can
Some no lah, we
postpone
cannot
it
lah.
till
We have to
next
find
month.
another way. We have to find another way to do it. Then we tell them, okay, at least do it at an auspicious hour, the minimum that you can do. At which place, at what time, what you're supposed to do. The
Okay,
bare
tomorrow
minimum lah.
deadline, but auspicious hour. I submit to you at 9 p.m. Push it as far as possible.
You have to see lah, authority ma. Your boss. You know what's the best thing that we learn during this entire Chinese metaphysics part?
Hmm.
They will always ask us, which is the best time for me to meet my boss? Then our answer, our answer is very simple. We don't tell them, oh, you must meet them at this hour. No, no, no. We tell them, when does your boss want to meet you? That's the best time. You want to tell your boss, I will meet you at 11 o'clock. Unless if the boss say, okay, please arrange the time to meet me. Then we can tell them,
Then you can
okay,
set.
then you can set your time and everything. But if your boss tell you, I want to meet you tomorrow at 9 a.m., then you want to tell your boss, can we reschedule it to 1
Not
p.m.?
auspicious, boss.
Crazy, man. The boss will tell you, you siao one. We have to look
Never mind.
into it.
Can I meet you at 1 p.m.? Then after that, I don't see you anymore.
Wow, scary. Very scary. So, okay. Jokes aside. If in reality, you're able to set the time to meet with your superior, then of course we can give you the dates. But if let's say you're unable to set the date to meet your superior, the best that we can do is to at least find you the positive hours to 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 meet with your boss or to do something at a particular hour or before that, so that you are prepared to
Hmm.
meet your boss.
It's my hajat dulu.
Something like that lah.
Istiqarah.
uh true
Istiqarah.
true story. True story. I actually did this to myself, which is to find a date because my manager, which is Dawson, he always tell me, okay, KPI is coming, you set the date and time. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So I will select the date and time. Then later I'll tell him, can I do this and this? Okay, can. But of course, sometimes when it's not permittable, like for his case, because he needs to meet Dato for his KPI.
Right,
So
right,
he
right.
is he is unable to set his time. So
Wow.
yeah, so when Dato tell him, okay, you meet me at this time, then he will do something before that lah. Before meeting Dato lah. At least
Interesting. Interesting.
to pump some positive energy into it before meeting with Dato. Otherwise it's a losing battle lah.
So okay, on that note, then, could somebody come and speak to you and say, okay, I want to propose to my girlfriend?
God lah. I think such requests I have not seen before lah.
Oh, never. People say, I want to
So
propose
far
to my
no.
girlfriend. I want her to
Usually
say yes.
usually the question is that they will ask, should I not propose to this girl? Then our answer will be look
Oh.
at the achievement chart and we see it's either you can propose, she also like you. 2, you can propose but the girl may not like you. 3, you're
Oh.
rejected. So
Prepare for
it's
rejected.
so it depends on the chart that we read at the moment of time, which is based on the achievement chart.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next question, what are some realities of this job, without sugarcoating it? Is there a lot of paperwork? Does it get very exhausting?
There's a
What
lot
would
of
you say?
vampire energies.
Okay.
You know what it means
So
by
meaning
vampire
it
energies?
absorbs your personal energy? Is that what you mean?
No, because we tend to meet a lot of people from negative background. So
Okay.
when we are talking to them, it can be very draining. Okay, so we ourselves need to be positive on that side before we talk to our clients. So reality wise is that if you see us like very happy, peppy, perky, deep down we are actually very exhausted. But because we want to help as much as we
Right.
can, so we
Right.
need to build our own positive level.
So how do you do that? How do you keep yourself and I think a lot of people who even work in the field of advisory, people who has to do consultation, who do who have to do HR or that sort of thing, where you have to talk to people a lot and you have to
Mm,
help people. I mean, helping people
mm,
means seeing people who are not necessarily in a positive state, because oftentimes
mm,
they're not coming to you for help because they're doing good. They're coming to you for
correct.
help because they need it. So
Yep.
how do you keep yourself feeling positive and not let that eat you up?
Um, okay, I will look it into three perspective. If you if you are the type that is very spiritual, I will say you go for your prayers. Okay, just like us, we solat. Okay, we of course minta doa. That's where we feel much more calm because we somehow communicate with Allah by like that. If you're spiritually okay, of course you have your own religion. You can do your own prayers. I do not have any control of that. Okay. Secondly, if you're a type of person that is more towards the logical thinking, so probably you need to do something that is relaxing towards you. Probably meditation, probably grounding yourself to the earth. That means like you just sit down on the earth, you just feel the ground, you push back everything there. Okay, that's based on logical speaking. Based on Chinese metaphysics, we have this direction that we are supposed to backing towards the universe. Okay, so that means at a particular time and hour, you will need to sit down at the most comfortable area that you can, at your back of the head of this direction, backing towards that direction. Then you we call it manifestation. That means you somehow um, say your prayers and becomes into reality. So the step is you need to sit down quiet in a quiet room. Um, you can either close your eyes or don't close your eyes. Then you count back from 64 all the way to number one and say your wish as clear as possible. As like for example, like for example, right now you have lost your job. Okay, let's just say you have lost your job. So you want to get the job within how many weeks? I want to get a job to feed my family within the next 2 weeks. So you send this instruction to the universe, and this universe will somehow communicate back towards you by giving what you're supposed to do. But of course, you need to do that process first. This is called
Mm.
manifestation states. Yeah. So you need to sit down back towards the direction at a specific time and manifest.
I think that's a kind of almost very similar to Salat, actually, because obviously, as
Mm,
Muslims, we at certain times of
mm,
the day we face towards the Qiblat and we pray, and during the time of prayer, obviously
mm,
part of the prayer is saying what it is we want.
mm,
Internally we can say, whether we want to pray for, as you said, I want to get this job, or I want to be able to feed my family, or
mm,
I want to be able to make the right decision, and then these are sort of
mm,
things that you do anyway. So I
mm,
think it is very similar in that sense.
mm.
So yeah, that's interesting to know that how it, I suppose, how it ties back to our own faith as well.
Yeah, correct. But of course, we try not to combine that lah.
Yeah, yeah,
Try
I
lah, try.
understand. Try. Okay.
Why
So
Eldrick is asking me no, without sugarcoating it? He make it sound like my job is like horrible to the max.
okay, so my friend say you can find ghosts using feng shui.
I'll send it to your house, bro. Don't worry. Use, I'll send to your house. I don't need feng shui to find ghosts, man.
Okay, so Adam, why do you do what you do?
Why do I do what do I do? That means like
Why do you do what you do? Like why what keeps you going? What keeps you doing this, as opposed to, I mean, besides the this is how I earn a living,
uh,
um what kind of keeps you going in this industry without going, you know what, I'm so sick of this and I want to change and do something else?
I think it's because of the feedbacks I get from the clients. Yeah. So there are some clients that is like they're really sad and they really have nowhere to go to. And in the sense that I can help them. So I feel it's much more fulfilling in that way. So yeah, if you were to ask me what's the word, I would say it's fulfilling because they have nowhere to go to. They just need help. They need somebody to listen to. So if I can help them, why not? Correct? Because this is what I can do for them. So if I can even make 1% change in their life, that's good enough for me. Irrespective of the money, of course, lah.
I mean,
Mm.
that's a bonus. Like in a sense, you've helped somebody, and the bonus is that you get paid to do it. But
Yeah.
it's that fulfillment that comes from helping people.
Yeah.
And
Correct.
I'm sure you've helped, quite a number of people
Not
in
not
your
sure
time
lah,
of doing.
because they
I
don't
would
come
think
back.
so. I would think so.
The reason being is that they don't come back with the result. I have to ask them like, hey, how's everything? Hey, okay, it's getting better. It's good. I forgot to tell you. I like, ayo.
If they don't come back, means it worked. Like, if they come back, means something wrong lah.
That's the thing because when I do certain things right, I usually jot down what I've done. Like okay, on this day I ask them to do this, and what are the results. I will usually jot down inside my book that I have a journal for it. So at least I know what I've done is correct or what I've done doesn't work. Okay, so when it works, nobody comes back to me. But when it doesn't work, hey, this thing doesn't work, I'm like, yeah, they have to change back. Then at least I know something is happening. But usually they come back when it doesn't work.
You need the
So
feedback.
now I assume that if you don't come back to me, that means it works lah.
The fulfillment not quite there lah.
Yeah, I don't feel so satisfied because I need to learn. I need to experience this kind of thing. So if you don't tell me what's happening, so I don't know what's happening. You should see how many lives transform. No lah, my God, not that
Okay.
many lah.
Another question from Maria. For manifesting, right? Is it something you have to believe from day one, or something you can repeatedly do until one day you believe it? Is it a fake it till you make it?
Um, I would say it takes practice because it's based on intuition level. When you manifest, it's actually to increase your intuition level at a certain point of time that you can actually see these opportunities as coming to you. You okay? Example. When you were a kid, your parents coming back from somewhere, okay, or when there's a car passing by from your house, do you have a feeling that, eh, that's my mother's car or that's my father's car? Without even seeing it, you know, like, my parents is back just by hearing the car. Have you ever experienced this kind of things?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen, even like, I've seen my cousin do it, where the person hasn't arrived yet, and
Yeah.
like, and this is a real story, where I think somebody was coming to visit us, and this
Uh,
person doesn't often come to visit, and one day
yeah.
she just got up, like, my cousin got up, and she was like, "My God, this person's here," and we're
Uh,
like, "No, they're not. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
uh,
there's no car, no sound, something." And so she ran downstairs, and we went down, and sure
yeah.
enough, this person was there, and we were like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God."
So that's called intuition. When you manifest, you're supposed to actually connect to a certain we call it guardian destiny. This guardian destiny is your subconscious mind. We just call it
Oh no,
guardian
maybe a
of
baby.
destiny. I don't know, they're fighting over some ice. So anyways, the subconscious mind is the one that's determined whether you're able to identify such opportunity or such threat in front of you. So when you say manifest is something that you need to believe or not to believe, it takes practice. Some people are not able to fine tune with it for so many years down the road. Some people overnight, I can suddenly feel it. Okay.
Mm.
But during the manifestation time, some people believe they do get some spiritual feeling towards it. They feel warm, or maybe they feel like suddenly they have epiphany or ideas or what's supposed to be done. By all this while they have blockage, because when you manifest, you're entering into the subconscious mind, which is something that you cannot see, but you know it's there. So when you enter into that state, then you get an idea of what needs to be done.
Interesting, interesting.
Hmm.
So what advice would you give to people who are interested to get into metaphysics?
Oh, cool!
Besides reading, besides reading.
This is what I like the most. In Zodiac company we have courses that's available during from time to time. Okay, and we have you can assume like it's gonna be like a college intake. Okay, there are certain programs that's available for this year. There are some programs that is not available for this year. So if you want, what you can do is you can always visit Joyap Academy, or you can actually follow us on Facebook. Hang on, let me write down the Facebook. Hang on, yeah.
I believe it's there in the ticker.
Yeah, that's what I need to find it. Okay, so if you guys actually want to follow us, and like if you're wondering what we do, what kind of promotion that we have, what kind of courses that's available, so you can actually just click onto our Facebook account, which is the Joey Up Universe. So there's I don't know how many thousand people that's inside it, but mostly
Macam
all of them are
Marvel
our
lah.
students. Yeah. So this Joey Up Universe is there's a lot of notes, there's a lot of what's it called, free YouTube channel for you to watch. There's also paid seminars, consultations also inside there. So you can just check it out and see everything is inside there.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so from Hannah, so far manifesting works for me after years of practice. As a Muslim, I have faith that Allah will say yes to my prayers or wishes, and that's really beautiful.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, yes, very true. And last question before we go into our special segment: what would you be doing if it wasn't this?
Chef.
Wow, so still not accounting, huh?
No, I will not do accounting. Even my life depends on it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Sorry, mom and dad.
No,
Belajar rajin
yeah, sorry,
aja.
mom and dad. No, actually, back in 2006, I did request to my parents that I want to do culinary arts when I was 6 months into CAT. Then my mom say like, go and do your CAT first. When you finish your ACCA after 3 years, then you can do whatever you want to do. I don't care. I asked my father. My father said, "You crazy ah? Do you know you become a chef, you need to work in a hotel. Then from night time you work. Then tomorrow morning you come back. You got no time for family one." I'm like, oh, okay lah, okay lah. So I study lah.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, if I am not what I am today, I will be a chef lah. That's
Okay.
for
Well,
sure.
that is interesting. So completely different from what you studied. Okay, and now we're gonna go into our very special segment just for today with Adam as our guest. Obviously, we're going to do a free character analysis by Adam, so we get a look at how it's actually done, and so we're gonna give away three. So three free character analysis. So what you guys need to do is we're gonna give away these free analysis to the first three people to comment with your birth date.
Except
So
Aldrich. He can do himself.
Aw. I'm sorry, Aldrich, you have been disqualified by the guest. This is not something I said. But yes, please right now comment with your birth date. So is there a date month year,
Just give me your like usual day, month, and year of birth. Then
Okay.
after that we can proceed with it. I don't expect you to get your
Oh, we've got
what's it called?
one,
Hour.
two.
Hey, what
Okay.
your mom wants to know?
Can lah,
I'm scared.
can lah.
Oh,
I know Maria commented hers way earlier, but Maria, you need to comment with yours now, okay? Oh, we've got three. Oh no. Okay, we've already got our three winners. So
it's okay. We will give you Adam's WhatsApp number.
we'll give you okay.
Oi.
Okay, Adam, will you be okay to do 4 instead of 3 tonight?
Yeah,
Would you be cool with
sure.
that? Okay. So especially for Maria, because I know she mentioned that she wanted it earlier. Okay, so first up we've got my mom. Yan you kena buat lah, Adam.
Itu wajib.
20th of June 1959. Okay.
Yeah, hang on, let me plot the chart for you. Yeah. 20th of June, right?
Yes. Tak ada Aldrich. Analyze my mom punya dah bonus dah ni.
Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen right now.
All right. Okay. Let's have a look. See. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, so this is how your chart's supposed to look like. Can you see that? Ta-da!
Okay, we can see that.
Can ah? Okay, so for your
Full screen.
analysis,
Jom kita tengok full screen semua.
full screen, right?
No, I mean everybody else who's viewing. If you're viewing this on your phone, on your computer, full screen.
Okay. Adam is really good in maths. My wife. Okay, so anyways, for madam, I'm not sure how to address you. But anyways,
let's see the
can you see this wording? Koi water.
can see. Okay.
Okay, so koi water
Zoom in
means
sikit,
you're
Adam. Zoom in sikit.
Zoom kejap. Yeah,
Makcik,
I can
makcik,
zoom lah.
makcik. Ah.
Cantik. Can see
Dia pun metal
No,
Dia
no, no.
gang
That
metal,
one is
gang
different.
yang metal.
That was different, different. Okay. A little bit of explanation. A little bit of explanation. The year, this year,
Mm-hmm.
it represents your social network as well as your friends. Okay.
Okay.
Your common social network. Okay. Your month represents your work. Usually, it represents
Okay.
your work or your
Okay.
colleagues or your office space. Okay. The day represents yourself and your spouse, and sometimes it can
Okay.
relate to health also.
Okay.
And the hour represents your investment or your idea towards the year.
Okay.
Okay.
But
So
for
we are
today, we're not
gonna
doing the hours, yeah? So we're
yeah,
just
we're not
doing
doing
the
that.
birthday, yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
So for this analysis, for your characteristic analysis, we'll be looking into this, which is your koi
Okay.
water. Okay.
Okay.
So koi water basically means is like you're a mist. Okay, you're a
Ooh.
cloud on a
My mother
very
is a
high
cloud.
hill. Yeah. So koi water, they are very very detailed. Okay, that's one.
Mm.
Very detailed. But on the second problem is that you are also very undecisive. You cannot decide on certain things.
As
Whether you
somebody
want
who always
A,
has to order food for her, this is very true.
whether you want A, whether you want B, whether you want C, because you tend to think like I want this, I want that, but at the same time I want this also. So I cannot decide which one. Can you please decide for me? But hey, it's okay lah. I want to decide myself. That time you ask another person, can you decide for me? Ayah, don't want. It's okay. I
Pecah
don't want your
rahsia
one.
lah.
So you have this kind of characteristic whereby you tend to be very undecisive. But of course, on the good note is that you're very creative. You're very atas awan ma. So you think a lot of fantasy,
Walau.
a
Okay,
lot of
okay, okay.
very nice picture. You tend to be very artistic. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So let's go down to the bottom a bit. Okay, so that's your characteristic as a person. Let's go down to this part. Okay, this is called the main.
Pentagon.
Yeah, this is called the main structures. Main structures basically means how you conduct work or how you actually take certain action. Based on this, you are the manager. Manager
My mother
means you're
is a
very
manager. Walau.
yeah. Your
Okay.
manager means you're very good in not multitasking. Sorry, in micromanaging. That means you tell
That's not a
people what
good thing.
needed to be done. But she's good at that. When she do that, she will tell people, okay, I need you to do this. But she's very straightforward, by the way. She's very straightforward. She will tell you, I need you to do this at this time, submit me at this time. Okay? You do this, you do this, you do that. But the problem is, sometimes because of characteristics, she cannot decide what needed to be done. So people can get very confused. Okay? Like sometimes I want this, you do this first, Then at one point of time, and then she say, hey, I don't want this. Ayah, why you do this? I don't want. You please do this again. Now the other
I
person
scared
do
to
also.
laugh. I scared to laugh later. I masuk neraka.
Ma'am, sorry, Makcik, sorry, I didn't mean to offend you, but this is this is what it is. This is what I meant lah. By reality and theory, we need to be independent lah. This is my challenge lah.
I scared I laugh later. I anak neraka.
Yeah, this is one of my challenge lah, which I need to actually tell them
Okay.
straightforward what it is.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay,
So,
so
yeah.
this is how you are when you're doing your work, and let's go to your what's inside your mind, how you actually think. We will look into this, the warrior and the seven killings.
Wow,
So
okay.
if you can see, usually they have like 1, 2, 3, and we'll see which one is the highest based on the natal. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, the highest will be this, which is 83%. But because of your interaction of the chart, your main profile is called the warrior seven killings. It's not.
Okay, okay.
It doesn't mean tikam bunuh lah. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
seven killings means it's you are very courageous, you're very brave, and you're the spontaneous type of person whereby you need to do it immediately on the spot. Okay,
Wow, okay.
so imagine that you are the general that is about to go for war, and you are the first person in line to jump into the war. Okay,
Mm.
so it's good in the sense that you have the courage to do so, but too much of this characteristic, it means that you will somehow self suicide. That means sabotage your own self.
Oh, terus lari.
So
Ya, kita lawan
yeah,
dia.
without thinking too much, you just go there. So if you were to relate these three things, first you are very creative, but at the same time you are not sure what you needed to be done, and you
Mm-hmm.
take hasty decisions. Okay, by telling your subordinates what needed to be done without thinking carefully what type of action needed to be done first. So
Okay.
if you want to improve yourself, what you need to do is very simple. Plan out what needed to be done first. Discuss on the situation that you have. Take a proper action so that no confusion is happened. Make sure the communication is clear among your subordinates if you're working right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So next, let's have a look at Yusri's chart reading. So up next, we
Use
actually have two people who are 1992. Huh?
use. I like it. Habis lah kau use. Okay,
Okay. So
use
let's.
is by the way, if you guys want to use this website, right, it's free. So you can use it
Oh,
anytime. Yeah, it's free.
Okay, share in the ticker.
I just removed
Use
it for a while. So while you add that in.
yeah, sure. 1992 1992 and your month is December 5th. December 5th. Oh, birthday dah nak sampai weh.
Wah. Okay.
Ah,
Boleh boleh
Sorry, no present
boleh.
from us.
abangan bagi nanti.
Okay. So yeah, this is your chart.
All right.
Okay, so we'll be looking at this, which is your Yi Wood. Wow, Yi Wood is the same as me actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So as a Yi Wood person, they are very flexible. They connect very easily. That means very friendly, and they are the type of person that is chameleon. That means you jump out wherever they are. They can just associate with anybody. They can just talk, and they will be okay by themselves. One. Okay. So that's the good part. The bad part is they can be very fickle minded. That means when you are supposed to do certain thing one time, that means like for example, okay, I'm supposed to study this subject and I need to finish it by 6 p.m. today. But halfway along the line, oh look, my phone. Oh look, food. Oh look, I need to do this.
It
Then they
sounds like
divert.
ADHD.
Not ADHD lah, but they couldn't stay focused at one thing.
Okay lah.
They
So
they
use cannot focus and my mother cannot decide. Okay, cool.
but they are very good in terms of surviving. That means
Okay.
they can survive anything one. You tell them hey please bullshit your way. Can, no problem. They will survive one. They were very pandai survival.
Okay, let's have a
And
look see at his go on.
okay, so let's go look at the bottom. So he is the thinker. Okay.
Oh
So you pandai
wow.
survive, but you think too much until to the extent you don't know what to do anymore already.
Banyak
The
fikir.
thing banyak fikir is one thing, but he over analyze certain situation. For
This
example,
is very similar to Faiz's one, I think.
yeah, I think it's the same. But for example, he wants to go out for makan, but he
Uh-huh.
don't know what to eat. Like Faiz
Uh-huh.
don't know what to decide to makan. In the end, never makan, go back home.
Oh, not even cannot decide what to makan.
Because
This is
people
coming
halau him
makan.
already. Hey, please get out of the way. I want to order. And after that, when you think about it, I'm not gonna line up again. No way. Then he cabut.
Like the words of Aldrich, I think this is really nice to put analysis paralysis.
Yeah, so that's how he thinks. But of course, it's good
Okay.
because when you are putting this type of person into let's just say you want them to work in a company, right? They're very good in
Mm-hmm.
terms of coming up with new ideas. They're always thinking, okay.
I see.
So they are
Okay.
very pioneer type of person. They always got new ideas. They always do this. They always do that. But somehow they never do anything. Then there's nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
And the
And the
thinker
analyzer,
analyzer, okay.
you like I said, you're very scrutinized to details.
Mm.
You pinpoint every single little things. The good part is that you whatever information that goes through it, you always analyze everything every single little details. The bad thing is you become very how to say OCD.
Oh, okay. So my
Yeah.
mom
So
didn't
must
receive this reading, so I guess she's not
no,
OCD after all.
she's not that OCD lah, but she can be quite hot tempered.
Oops.
Oh.
So if you guys do your reading and you find out that you guys have similar results as to this, so you'll know that you are if you get analyzer as your result, so you'll know okay lah, this is something akin to what as per what Adam is saying.
Yep. Okay, so let's check out Hannah.
Yeah, okay, Hannah. Let's see Hannah's result. So they also same year.
Hang on, yeah.
So if
Hannah.
somebody is born in the same year, but or let's say somebody is born in the same month, year, but different date, does that change a lot?
Yep, it changed.
Fine.
I think
13
okay,
of
same
June.
date, time. I think time also is what makes the difference, I suppose.
Yeah, time does make a difference.
So twins, if they're born
1992.
by like just
Twins will have
hours
different type of
apart.
reading. Twins will depend whether
Mm,
they are what's it called? Uh, oh crap, I can't remember.
identical, not identical.
Identical twin and non-identical twin. If it's identical twin,
Wow.
then we have a different way of reading it. If it's
Oh wow.
non-identical, there will
Okay.
be different type of reading it. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
13 June 1992. Okay. All right. So I have the chart.
Okay.
Oops. Sorry. Wait. How come cannot see anything?
There we go. See it. We see it now.
Okay. Lambat. Okay. So
Oh,
you're a
bukan Yang
Keng.
metal. Yang metal.
Yeah. So you're a Yang metal, which is good if you are in the police force because you're a very you have a very high sense of judgment. That means what is right is right, what is wrong is
Oh,
wrong.
dia
It
jadi
can never be
bagus
changed.
lah.
Oh, dia suka
You can
judge
become
orang.
you can become police, you can become a lawyer because you have a very high sense of justice. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. The good thing about it is that you are always willing to accept challenge. Okay. You memang mati-mati also, okay, I can take this work, I can take this stress. But the problem is over
Mm.
stress, they will surely fell into very deep depression. They will go
Uh,
haywire. Just like
okay.
pisau, okay. First it's a very unrefined type of pedang,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and it's very blunt. But as and when you apply pressure in it at a certain amount of time, it will become very sharp, correct?
Correct.
But too much of pressure, it will become brittle and it will break.
Okay.
So this is keng metal.
Okay, Hana tak boleh stress.
Boleh stress, but
Jangan
small
terlalu
bit by bit,
stress.
but not one shot. It's bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit. Then after it will be okay. But after that,
Okay.
eventually it become better one, in the future. Super sharp.
Right.
Okay. Let's go to the mentality supporter. So you're a back end support, just like you.
Just like me. That's right.
Yeah.
Kita
So
support.
she's
Kita
so
support.
Hannah is more towards the back end part, whereby facts and details is very important for her because without facts she cannot do anything. Okay, she's very
Okay.
good in terms of providing you the information that you need, and it's very good back support.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, she must have
She's
the
very good back support.
Yeah, she must have the information first, lah.
Okay.
Okay, without the proper right information, then she cannot help you already.
All right.
Okay, and she's
Oh,
same as you
sama as me
also.
lah. Wah, kita
Same.
gang lah.
Like, so if you were to take these three category in total, right?
Uh-huh.
She is the back end type of people.
Uh-huh.
Is very good if she were to do what's it called, the SOP preparer.
Yeah.
Kalau
Yeah. Oh,
prepare
SOP compliance.
SOP compliance. You
Uh-uh.
cannot do this. I cannot allow it. You must follow SOP. Buta
Uh-huh.
also must follow the rules and regulation. I cannot bend towards your way. You must do
Okay.
it my way. This kind of
Okay.
things. So if she were to do this kind of job, then it's perfect for her already.
Okay. Wow. Very
Because
interesting.
direct officer represents you must follow the higher authority, which is the SOP punya orang lah. E.g. high. You see,
Wow.
even Eldrick also can read. I told you, Eldrick can
Yeah.
read.
Okay, you guys, if you all want reading, you ask Aldrich also. All right, and last up, let's read one extra bonus one tonight, which is
Sure.
Maria's. Wow, her
Maria's
number
what?
very long. 220888. Like
Wait,
me, dragon. Kita dragon. It's a gang dragon.
22nd August, is
Of
it?
August, yes, correct.
Hang on.
This is why I'm a marketeer.
1988 August.
Wow, Hannah already say Aldrich later IPM you. Okay, Aldrich.
Fuyo. 22nd August, right?
Correct.
Oh, happy belated birthday.
Oh yeah, that's right. Happy belated birthday.
Okay,
Okay, gini kira birthday
so
gift dia lah, Adam.
So she is a Zi Earth.
She's
Earth. Okay. So
okay.
Zi Earth is, you just imagine dia macam sawah padi, very nurturing, very good in terms of cultivating other people's. Okay. But at the same time, she prefers to bring other people excel in the future. So just like sawah padi, you cocok tanam everything already. Eventually, when the crops has been taken away, the land is left dead. So she's very good in making other people excel, but she
Mm-hmm.
herself will have a very low depletion of energy. So that's why she's very nurturing.
Mother instinct very strong.
Yeah, something like that. Mother instinct very, very strong.
Okay.
Okay. But she's of course very good lah, because she will make very good teacher. Because she nurtures
Wow.
the students, ma. She nurtures the students, then when student left her, then she will just go to another student.
Ah, the master.
Okay. Something like that. Okay, so let's look at the bottom. Creators. She's very creative.
Oh, this is very true.
Very true.
She loved to come up with her own types of arts and craft. She loved to come up with her own ideas.
Graffiti
She
artist.
doesn't.
She is a creative person, so that is very true.
She's a very, very creative person. She doesn't want to follow the crowd. She do her own things, whatever needed to be done. She just want to be the first of everything.
Ah, okay.
She's a trendsetter.
Uyo.
Bukan hipster
Yeah.
lah.
Bukan hipster, trendsetter.
Bukan hipster benda tu dah lama dah, tapi dia follow balik. Kan? Okay. And her main profile is the hurting officer. So she
Oh,
likes to
this
be
is
very
very different.
diva. She likes to be very diva. She likes to show to the people like, "Ooh, look at me. Please look at me right now. I can sing, I can dance, I can talk, I can
Uh-oh.
do the walk." Yeah, this kind of people. She likes to prance in front of the crowd, and people
Zara
and
is a
when
big performer
and when
lah.
she get praise, she will love it a lot.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, so she's the this kind of person.
So this sort of
Um,
person would need the supporter lah, I suppose.
this type of person, you cannot tame her one. She's very
Oh,
difficult to follow the rules one.
wow. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
she do what she needed to be done,
okay.
and but of course she doesn't want to hurt people, so she do what she needs to do first lah. She doesn't follow the rules, by the way. Rules
Ah,
doesn't apply to her at all, and
same.
she's very good in influencing people to pay her money, by the way.
Oh,
And she's
Wow.
very good, and she's a good spender. So she eats good, she wears good, she has a very, what is it called, lavish lifestyle.
okay.
Yeah. So just watch out for your money. Yeah, don't spend too much. Because this year is 100%, so you'll be spending a lot of money.
That sounds about right, Maria, because her and I both recently got into BTS, so I think that
Ha
speaks
ha ha.
accurately about where the money going.
So try to budget lah. Don't overspend.
I feel attacked.
Don't feel like that lah. It's just what I read it is.
Okay, well let's put the link back up there for where people can check out this the reading of their own.
Can hang on, yeah.
BTS dah keluar. Wajib. Okay, so that is the link. If you guys can see that link down there, make sure you guys click on it. Visit that if you want to check out your own reading, and
Screenshot right
also screenshot right now. And also, if I'm correct, Adam, you were saying visit the Joey Yap universe, and I
Yeah,
think that would
correct.
be able to help you find out how to do your own readings. So you
Yeah,
bantu diri lah.
there's a lot of friendly people inside there.
Yeah.
Even myself will be inside.
So friendly people like Adam and Aldrich in there.
Aldrich, no, I think. Are you still in there, Aldrich? I'm not sure whether he's still in there or not.
Yeah, I
But
don't know
he
what is
was
this
like.
green chart, but this is all secret. Oh, we don't reveal anything, please, Aldrich.
No lah, don't need to see green chart lah.
Okay, and so that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so much, everybody, for staying with us. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Awkward.
For no need to see Fatihah's chat. Fatihah's chat all secret.
Fatiha chart will be at the end of the entire session.
Tak ada.
Stay long enough. You guys stay long enough, then we will read her chart.
Okay, so anything you want to? I mean, I think I was gonna ask you if there's anything you'd like to promote, but I think you've promoted the Zodiac channel, Zodiac items. But I know
Yep.
that there is something very interesting that Adam would like to be promoting. I think earlier on somebody had mentioned about if you can see ghosts using Feng Shui.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think let's talk a little bit on the subject of that, and this is something very interesting. I think you guys might want to listen in.
Mhm.
So Adam, you wanna take it away?
Okay, cool. So, anyways, me, myself, and a few other of my teammates, including Faiz, we are starting a some called Cerita Hantu kind of segment on YouTube channel, which is called Seram Guys. Can you see the logo up
I'm sorry.
there? Up there. So
Salam
this is
guys.
the yeah. So this is the Seram Guys. Okay, we have started our YouTube channel whereby we will share our own personal experience in terms of haunted events or haunted occurrences. Okay, and even though if it's not by ourselves, probably it's a story for some other people. So if you guys are into the horror flicks or I don't know, scary
The
kind of thing,
supernatural.
supernatural kind of thing. So you're most welcome to actually subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay, just look for us, Seram Guys, GAIS, and we will definitely post some videos inside there. Okay, so in terms of feng shui, I don't actually use feng shui, but I do use the Chiman chart to determine whether is there such soul within that area. So if you guys want to know
Mm.
more, stay tuned and of course follow us on our
Yeah, so
YouTube
you
channel.
hear you hear his experience stories of energy reading and detecting all this.
No way. My story involved a girl that is crying in front of my door, which doesn't
I don't want.
exist.
La 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 la. Tanak. Wait, a
Also,
girl
please.
crying in front of your door who doesn't exist sounds more like ex-girlfriend. No, sayang, I don't know who she
No, no,
is.
no, no, no,
I've
no, no,
never
no.
met her
Okay,
before in my life.
okay. Actually, this story was supposed to be released during that time. But I'm gonna tell you a little bit snippet. The thing is, I was sleeping, okay, and I woke up middle of the night. Oh no, sorry, I wasn't sleeping. I was actually watching a movie, and I usually sleep late. Okay, it was 3 a.m. and I suddenly heard a girl crying from my door. A lady like,
Dededede. Okay,
then
nanti
after that,
kita
no,
dengar
then
yang
after that,
lain.
no, no, then after that, I opened the door. There was nothing there, and I thought it was my mom. My mom opened the door, look at me. Did you hear that? I said, yes, I did. They said, okay, now mind, close your door, lock the door. So yeah,
Pasang ionizer.
I know lah. But also before I forget, yeah, make sure you guys follow me on my Instagram account, which is Wyvern_Adam. Also my Facebook account, which is my official Joey Up account, which is JY Adam Hamzah. Okay, so make sure you guys follow
Okay,
me on that.
so that's where you can PM Tepi, get your readings, go and kacau him, go and pester him for like what date should I ask to meet my boss, what date should I go and do my KPI, ask for a raise,
Can but there will be a
what
feast.
what budget. Thank you so much everybody for joining us tonight. Thank you for
Thank you.
staying through the whole show and asking your questions. I look forward to hopefully see you guys next week. Yes, I would like to invite you to the house. Do
Who's that?
reading pula dekat rumah. My dad.
Oh, your father.
What reading?
Inshallah, after the PKP, we will come by. I will
Okay.
come by.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Hope you guys have
Thank
a
you,
good night. Have
guys.
a great weekend. Stay safe. Stay well. Hope to see you all next week. If you guys are on my Facebook, you guys will. I will promote this on my whatever episodes is happening next on my Facebook, as well as hopefully, inshallah, my Instagram as well. Let me know in the comments if you guys think I should set up a separate page for promotions of what I actually do. If you guys think I should set up a different page. What I actually do is also available on Spotify. So you can listen to the show if you want to, instead of watch it, you can listen to it while you're driving. That's also available now. So yeah. Thank you,
Carry us on
everybody.
the
Have a
go.
good night. Thank you, Adam, for being such an awesome
Thank
guest and
you for
answering all the
inviting me.
questions.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. Okay. So that's it for this evening. Assalamualaikum and good night, everybody.
Waalaikumsalam. Take care.
Alright, I hope you all enjoyed the show. Give us a like, subscribe to catch more episodes, or share this video to your friends. That's all, folks. See you next time. Good night.